YouTube, I'm back. Wait till we get some folks on here. We are back. Little bit of technical difficulties. Anyways, for the rest of that live video, check out my man, Master Teacher Olaron. Yeah, right. And I will post a link on this video once it's uploaded. What's good, WX? What's good? Thank you for coming through. Shout out to my man, Yeah, right, for coming through. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. There's my brother. What's good? Wait till we get a few folks on here. Leslie, you back? Good evening. Will do. Check out Master Teacher Olaron. Yeah, right. Or just put yeah, right. Master Teacher, yeah, right. Shout out from the 413. Massachusetts in the fucking house. Thank you for coming through. Check it out. I want to talk about something real quick. What just happened there is why it is so important, why it is so crucial. You're getting a little night shot. That's Kodak on the left, Kodak Tower on the left. Red Comic is back. David, what's up from Henrietta, New York? My man David. What's up, Goodyear from Arizona? All right, we are back on track, and that's a fact. Real Jingy, what's good? Good to see you live, and good to see you come through the live. Anyways, what you all just saw there is why it is so important to always have a backup. Now, what do I mean by backup? A backup camera, a backup phone, and backup people that you trust, people that care about you and have your best interest in mind. And that is why it's so important. I have been a one-man show. Awesome. Thank you, Leslie. I have been a one-man show for the better part of 2.5, almost 3 decades. I'm talking about since 1995. Do the math. And before that, with my dad, who was an OG when it came to cop watching, long before YouTube, long before smartphones, long before the internet is what it is today. My dad was out there with the 25-pound VHS camera. The reason it is so important to be on the field, especially when you're doing, cop watching, is because you always have to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for your technical difficulties. You got to be ready for, especially if you're dealing in the cold weather, your phones can act up. I know many of you have probably been through it, especially with iPhones. But any phone, the battery can be drained quick in cold temperatures. I know you guys and girls know just from my lives that it gets choppy, that sometimes there's interference. It's live. The word says it all. When you are live, anything can happen, and often does happen. So you need to be ready. You need to always be ready. And I don't mean this in the slightest bit of disrespect to anyone, so please do not take this in any way, shape, or form as me trying to be, a smart ass or disrespectful. But you have to know before you get into the police accountability and into the watching. What's the temp in Rochester right now? 1956 at night. I don't even know the temp. My car's too old. My car doesn't even have a thermometer. Yeah, right. If you're watching, what's the temperature? It's cold. I'm gonna say it's 49. I'm gonna go with 49. Let's see if my man, yeah, right, is still on. I'm going with 49, and it's probably lower than that. It's cool. It's definitely cool tonight. I'm sorry about my windshield. 58. Oh, I done ran out of fluid. It is a bitch. Yeah, right, says 54. 54. 51 in Henrietta. Thank you, David. Feels like 30. Exactly. Me and Yeah Right were freezing our motherfucking asses off. Sorry about the live. We got kids watching. Sorry about the cuss in there. I apologize. Listen, back to the topic at hand here. The importance of always, like I said, if you've never tried this before, miss that weather. The fall temp, 75 sunny here. Goodyear, yeah, in Arizona, absolutely. Listen, if you've never tried police, cop watching, police accountability, going out and, watching the watchers, always try to start out with someone, with a group. It always pays to have numbers, strength in numbers, right? That is the saying, and there's so much truth behind that. Strength in numbers. Always be respectful, okay? Again, go for the rest of that live, go to Yeah Right's channel. I'll link it up in a little bit when I get off of here. I'll put the link in the video description below. Always be respectful. The officer, shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to Rochester, New York police officer, DeMauro. Okay? Badge 135. Young officer. I doubt that he's been on the force more than 2 years, if that. But he was very professional. Nice smile, which is very rare nowadays to have a cop smile with you and just be nice. Very professional. Big Davy VTV shout out to Rochester, New York police officer DeMauro. Badge 135. Shout out to you. Us against you guys kind of thing. And you guys are welcome on the channel. I even asked them, go see the live. The live, you will enjoy it. The rest of the live on Yeah Right's channel. I even asked them, does he know about Davy VTV? Oh, yeah, I do. Of course, they all know. And I said, are you subscribed to the channel? He laughed. Nah, I'm not subscribed. I said, subscribe and tap the bell. Subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. I should have said that. For notifications, officer. Again, shout out to him. And a couple other officers came. As soon as they saw Davy V and Yeah Right together, they were like, oh, shit. We don't want no part of being on Davy VTV. They were ghosts. They were out. And but that's okay. Listen, all jokes aside, it's like I told Officer DeMauro, the camera can actually help officers too. And, it's the old thing. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, then don't worry that you're being recorded. Only someone who is up to no good would worry about being recorded, right? Think about it. Only someone that is up to no good would worry about being videotaped or filmed, right? Think about it. So don't worry about being filmed if you ain't doing nothing wrong. And besides that, furthermore, it could actually help you. There is a lot of false allegations, and this is something we got to talk about. We got to be fair here. Let's keep it 100. There is a lot of individuals who make false claims of police abuse, of police brutality. It is the truth. Not long ago, a couple years ago, there was a video of a gentleman who was intoxicated and he was being held somewhere, I forget what city, what state. He was being held in a holding cell in jail, right? He was intoxicated and they were just letting him, letting his, intoxication wear off, right? And he basically made claims of police abuse, police brutality. He said he was beaten up in the jail, which does happen. Again, I'm talking about cases that are not real, that people lie about, which is not right. There's plenty of real police abuse for someone to be lying about police abuse. You know what I mean? There's no need to lie about it. It is a huge issue. It's reached a critical mass level in this country, okay? With more and more people aware of it and more people recording the police, okay, which I always encourage. But there's no need, and I have zero respect for people that make false accusations against an officer of being beaten. What's not true. And to be honest, it hurts the greater cause. It hurts people like me and Yeah Right, who are passionate about police accountability. So there's no need to lie about it. And I have zero respect for anyone who lies about being abused by police. Okay, let me just put that out there right now. But in the case of this man who was drunk and was in jail overnight, he had a bunch of bruises on his face, so everybody was believing, wow, did this guy really get beat up? Did he really catch a beat down in jail? Which, of course, would have been absolutely wrong, right? Well, it turns out that the camera, the power of video in the jail, exonerated the deputies in the jail. Because what they saw, what was captured on that video, is the guy, like in the Jim Carrey movie, Liar, Liar. Who remembers the movie Jim Carrey? The movie Liar, Liar with Jim Carrey, one of my favorite actors, right? One of my favorite comedians, right? Who remember, comedy actor, because he's a trip, just looking at him. Who remembers that movie? Leslie is laughing, because in that movie, he basically beats his own ass in the bathroom, right? Remember, they're in the courtroom scene? So, absolutely, funny movie. I do, yep, absolutely. So, I'm glad y'all remember it. So, basically, that's what the video captured. It captured this guy going full-ass Jim Carrey, beating his own ass, slamming himself and his head in his face against the stainless steel sink that is in the jail cells. So he completely lied about being beaten by the sheriff's deputies, which is absolutely wrong. So I always tell officers, and I know officers watch this channel, so I'm talking directly to you now. Okay? When individuals, veterans like myself, and folks like Yeah Right, who is on his way to being a veteran, because my brother knows exactly how to record police interactions. He's a very respectful gentleman, okay? And when you see us, and I'm talking to law enforcement officers right now, talking right to you guys and girls, okay? Because I know y'all watch my channel and you are welcome on this channel. And I want you to know that. I keep saying it. I'm going to say it all the time. You are welcomed on this channel, and maybe you could learn something. Maybe you could learn something. At least what I would hope that you take is to treat the youth with respect. There's kids out here who look up to you. There's young people that look up to you, guys and girls, who want to become a police officer. Set a good example for them. Set a good example for them. But do not look at people like me and Yeah Right, who have a camera and a phone trained on y'all during a police activity, during a traffic stop, for example, like we just did, me and Yeah Right, my brother that came and backed me up. Don't look at it as an adversarial thing. Don't look at it as we, the people who pay your salaries and who are recording your interactions with the community, don't look at it necessarily as a bad thing. Look at it as we are taking full advantage of the same Constitution that each of you took an oath to uphold. Remember how exciting it was when you lifted your hand and you swore an oath when you became a police officer. Thank you. Remember how exciting that moment was when you raised your hand and you took an oath. You swore to uphold the Constitution of this great country. Well, guess what? That is exactly what we are doing. We are taking full advantage of the same constitutional rights which you made a promise when you took an oath to serve and protect, not to beat and disrespect. All right? So please don't look at it as an adversarial thing. And in fact, look at it as it can actually save your job. And I told Officer DeMauro that, and he grabbed this little body cam and he said, well, we already record or whatever. He was respectful, and I respect that. But I told him my response, and again, go check the video out on Yeah Right's channel. My response was, that's fine, officer, but the more eyes, the better. His camera could malfunction. After all, half the time they don't have it turned on, right? Conveniently enough. I'm just saying. All right, listen, I got to gas up. Shout out to everyone. Go check out the video. I'm going to put the link up. Shout out to my brother, Yeah Right, for backing me up. And again, strength in numbers, people. Strength in numbers. Peace. I love each and every one of you. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to all my fans. Shout out to Yeah Right. Go subscribe to his channel and tap the bell. And shout out to everyone. You rock, my friend. Thank you, David. Peace and love, everyone. That's right. Yeah Right is on here saying peace and love, everyone. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Davy V TV, we out.